Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Caves of Khud. We have finally made it to the 6-day Stilt, and I think probably a lot of this episode is going to be spent walking around town, talking to people, and just figuring out what the hell's going on around here, and also attempting to find something that's going to let us through what I think is the door into Golgotha. It's possible we are supposed to throw ourselves down one of those chutes. I really hope not. That seems like a really easy way to die. So, we had spoken to all the people down here in the bottom left. Let's just keep looking around, right? Hey you, what's your deal? Have you heard of the Blessed Beetle's children? Well, I did meet one. Let's trade. You got... Ooh, you do have an additional missile. That's expensive, though. I think we'll hold off for now. What is this thing to my right? A mercurial and mechanimist convert who is sitting. A braided silver column laser mount. Their fragile crystochrome shell shatters on impact and reconstitutes itself away from danger. Okay, so it is a thing that is called a mercurial. That's a weird thing. It has a weird artifact. Probably a lot of people here have weird artifacts. I bet you could really get yourself a lot of artifacts if you were in a place, mechanically speaking, such that you could just kill everyone at the 6-day Stilt. What's your deal? Mechanimist Coroller, do you have anything fun? No. A slate frock. Sorry, is this made of stone? A frock of slate cloth. Probably not, because it doesn't give any armor and it doesn't lower your dodge. I would expect that a frock made of stone would have a negative effect on your dodge value. This one has a carbide short sword. That's better, I guess. What about you, Pilgrim? Glory to Shekinah. I have vine wafers. Cool. You know what? We're hungry. I'm just going to use this cook fire real quick. We found a sprinkle of dromad hair, an aniseed, a soybean, and a nip of ash. Why, it's a veritable feast. Feeling okay now. Are my followers still with me? Is the pariah squad still about? Yeah, okay, everybody's here. I'm a little sad that our numbers have been trimmed through combat, but it does give us sort of like an epic tale kind of feel. We're down to just Picto, OO, and does our hermit friend have a name? No, she has never given us a name. The screaming lady with the big hammer, you know? Alright. Oh, this looks important. Are you the king? Eshelstat II, High Priest of the Stilt. Swaddled in ornamental regalia stands His Holiness, Eshelstat II, High Priest of the Stilt and Voice of Shekinah. His arms gust over the splendor of the cathedral, the majesty of the Argent Fathers, and the spirit of reverence put into every work of art in their name. Eshelstat roars a sermon unto the nave, heaving the wind from the rafters down into the sacred well. Pilgrims tremble beneath the weight of his voice, and the cerulean silhouette of Shekinah behind him. He is loved by the mechanimists, that makes sense. Admired by cats, because they love how he loves burial sites. Dogs, not a big fan of his feelings on poetry. And hated by the villagers of Terchimur for digging up the remains of their ancestors. He's wearing shard mail. I bet Crysteel shard mail is pretty fun armor. So there should be a big light sculpture in here as well, right? That's a thing we know, isn't it? There's statues all over the place. Nisroch, the Star Mason, is depicted here straddling the earth with his mighty legs. He dons his favorite sash, whose folds are exquisitely worked in gold. I don't know much about statuary, about sculpture, but I do always find it very impressive when they manage to create a convincing facsimile of cloth in stone. I bet that's very difficult. The statue of Bel wears its tremendous weight in polished marble. He wields his epical aegis, storied for obstructing a swirling gas cloud in the starry dawn. Also over here we saw another one briefly. We'll be right with you, Your Holiness. Okay, that's probably a light statue. This is Dagon, sure. Dagon the Orator domineers the West Apse with his brazen pose. His golden coronet shines splendidly in the fire's shine. And here we have a hologram of Shekinah herself? I don't know, actually, himself. Glorious Shekinah, Argent Adonis and First Father, poses in luminous mummery. With the stature of the ageless stars, fixed and permanent, he appraises the temple erected in his honor and cocks his head in approval. Befitting the memory of his union with the Cassafessence, He clothes his manifestation in cerulean shades, forsaking the viridians and russets of the lowly plants and clay earth. Okay, so either he's a little judgmental, or the people who built this hologram are a little judgmental. Who else is he flanked by here? Oh, this is just Shekinah again, sculpted into permanence with magnificent cerulean marble. His body is chiseled to blessed perfection. His golden diadem crowns him father among fathers. Sometimes words are verbs. Carthax, the athlete, is depicted here mid-stride. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening right here. That's mid-stride. His glistening silver hair is tied behind his head in astral tradition as he vaults through the firmament. And over there, oh, Reshef. He lifts an enigmatic finger to heal the wounds of the sick. If you are going to heal someone's wounds, enigmatically is definitely the way to do that. It's a much more satisfying experience for the healed. Okay, so we just took a side entrance into the temple. Well, I guess we should go talk to their crazy Star Pope? The preacher says, "Welcome, children. Welcome to the Cathedral of Shekinah, our Argent Father." Well, your thirst is mine. I have all this water, you know. Reputation with Mechanimists up. Cats also up. Dogs down. Villagers of Tertium are down. I hope we don't bomb out our reputation with dogs too much. I think dogs don't like some of our followers. Have we seen our followers fighting with dogs? Yeah, whatever. Okay, our reputation with the Mechanimists is all the way up to 0. It would only take 392 reputation to get Eshelset II, High Priest of the Stilt, to join us, which I bet would make a lot of people in this town have pretty strong feelings about us. But sadly, we are nowhere near it. How about this? Let's trade. You don't have anything that I have any interest in, aside from lots of... I would love to have lots of missiles. Probably, though, that'd be a little bit more significant if we had a thing out of which to launch them. It's possible that we could just put it on the ground near the door and then hurl rocks at it until it blows up. This should be a thing that OO is pretty good at, right? Baboons from this part of the world have a lot of practice throwing rocks. Okay, so that was not super useful to us. I mean, they got their whole big religion thing, and good for them, but not helpful to me, really. Did we have a chat with... oh, this is their warden, right? Yeah, Warden Zester. Did we water ritual with you yet? Yeah, we totally did. So, I didn't ask for a secret last time. I think I'm going to stick with that. If we can find another village or two that have wardens and water ritual, then we might actually be able to get the wardens, like, on our side. So we definitely did talk to you already. You know, hold on a second. We learned something about how to interact with the world recently. If we do a look and then hit space on you... Okay, look, chat, target. I'm gonna try to do that on more objects now that we know that you can use look as a way to open up a menu. Just to see if we're missing any ways to interact with things and people. Is this really it? I was gonna say, it seems like there should be more stalls. Critical hit. Oh, what is going on up here? I thought this guy was farming ray cats, but apparently he's in here fighting ray cats. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Bloody cat herder. Be quick about it. I'm having a terrible day. Do you have anything fun? You have a small plastic tree, which will give us for almost nothing. Would you like these steel arrows? I guess I have 8, so we only need to give him 3, right? Apparently value doesn't quite work that way, but here, we'll offer this. Those arrows have basically no value to us, and that plastic tree is made of plastic. I could use that plastic. Is there anything in this? No, I do not want to put anything in his basket. I mean, listen, maybe we just don't understand how cat herding works. It definitely didn't look like any kind of herding I've ever seen before. This is the bookstore. I do love a good bookstore. Greetings, friend. Feel free to examine my books closely. Oh, I will. So he has some actual books. Is this the... Yeah, this is the Dark Calculus book. From Entropy to Hierarchy, and Across Mulgra Yi Volume 3, Oth the Free City. Okay, so the ones with the yellow text have real information in them, right? It's possible that if we read this book, which I'm assuming we're not allowed to do here. No, we're not. It's possible if we read this book, it would actually mark out a location on our map for us. And do we have any additional... Oops, that's not what I want. Look, interact... No, we just have look chat, okay. I've been using the spacebar to interact with everything, basically, since we started the series. And I'm just now realizing that means I'm only seeing the default interaction mode with everything, which might not always be the mode we want. So this guy is an amoeba farmer? A beaten leather hat is pulled low over her eyes, and sweat glistens on the scruffs of hair on her cheeks. Her hands are caked in mud, slime, and salt. I bet that really sucks as a job. I would not want to do that. Trying to give my followers enough room around the brambles that nobody feels they have to walk into those things. Okay, wine. I mean, we know that there are a lot of vintners around here. It's not a big surprise. Hold on. This is what happens when you chat, right? Like if I choose chat on this menu, okay, yeah, it doesn't give us anything else. I wonder where the village area ends. Okay, here we go. That sign looks like that tent maybe sells actual gear, something we might care a little bit more about. And this one is peppers. This is the apothecary. Everybody knows you can't be an apothecary without a whole lot of peppers. Have you got enough tonics? No, never. So my friend here has some humble pie, a couple helpings of humble pie, a luminous horse room. Does he have any salve? That's what I was looking for. That's really expensive. Do we have anything that I'd be willing to sell for salve? Because I do kind of want it. We have a salve injector. No, you know, I don't think we can really afford to make too many deals here. I think we gotta save our money for things that are a little bit more immediately valuable. We have some water, not enough for me to feel comfortable. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. Sorry. The look cursor in locked mode just doesn't function in a way that is intuitive to me at all. Okay, exotic liquids. Whoa, what is your deal? He's real big. His lips are painted in watercolor, and he wrings ichor from his hair. Huh. He's an ichor merchant. Someday I will plumb the depths of Bethesda Susa, that I may meet the alchemist. Okay, that's cool. I would like to meet the alchemist, maybe. The Searing of the Sickle. Green books are... We've definitely seen green books before. Are they cookbooks? Got a couple of tiny trinkets, what is probably a cookbook. You know, we can look at these glass bottles and maybe learn something interesting. Scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Mirashid III. Have we heard of the Mirashid dynasty before? In 2527 BR, Mirashid III appointed a corrupted administrator as minister of the ice-worshipping quarter of Karashan. She mandated the practice of taking measurements in Mirashid III's name. Okay, so apparently that told us the location of the Karashan blockfold. I'm not sure that I agree that information was related to us there, but I'll take it. And then what is engraved on this one? Scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Datafa. In 5393 BR, a corrupt administrator was appointed minister of the circuit-worshipping quarter of Mid. She outlawed the practice of climbing a mountain, and Datafa was forced to flee on account of all those mountains he was always climbing. Okay, so that one did not tell us where the quarter of Mid was. I mean, at the very least, we're picking up information that can be used to earn us XP, right? This is chess pieces. Okay. This could be interesting. Let's trade. I'm sure he'll get mad if we steal all the metal that's just laying around. A wool kilt, decorated in a green, red, and black tartan, one assumes. We are doing just fine, I think, on armor. Although there's definitely something to be said for leather armor that only lowers our AV by 1 and has no dodge value penalty. Oh no, wait, actually we moved up to the 4 AV armor, didn't we? Yeah, we totally did. Okay. So nothing particularly interesting to us there. Preserved foods. I can't imagine we're gonna need any of the stuff here. I dig your green hair. That's pretty cool. He needs the remnants of jams and paste against his smock. Clipped yuckweed stems unwittingly decorate his gray locks. He smells like a childhood meal. He's just holding 2 water skins out to us. My friend, how's it going? Well, you can preserve almost anything. Almost. That's very, concerning, the way you've just spoken to me. I don't like it at all. So he has a bunch of preserved foods, because of course he does. That's what he sells. That's his job. Alright, we'll just continue looking around if you don't mind, thanks. So this is going to be a screen that we've already been on, right? Yeah. Okay. And we checked these tents. I guess we didn't check this one all the way to the left. Oh, something's happening. The Warden Temporal Fugued, maybe? Yeah, I think Temporal Fugue, probably. Either that or he just can clone himself. What just went down over here? The bedroll is soaked in blood. The walls are soaked in blood. We just auto-got all this fun stuff. Including a bunch of salve injectors. Somebody crossed a line. Boy, I'd love to know what happened. How are you doing there, friend? The bloody vintner? He's asleep. He's fine. Everything's fine. I'm just gonna... So, bark armor. Wow. I mean, we could... Taking that. Give me that. We could take a lot of this stuff and just sell it. Take all. I'm not over my carry limit. Yeah, I would love to know what happened so that I don't accidentally replicate it. Things were so calm here moments ago. So now we have more trade goods. We have more value that we could produce. Oh, right. We were absolutely in here. I'm a little worried about our friend there. Our shouting, hammer-wielding friend. She keeps wandering into the brambles of her own volition. Cannot be good for her. Oh, guys, come on. Just stay out of the brambles. What is wrong with you? They're all so drunk. Alright, let's identify this stuff now that we're off screen. This is a scoped Borderlands revolver. Interesting. This one is an empty spray bottle. Possibly a thing that's really valuable for us to have. I don't know what we would want to put in it. What's it made of? Some tinker devised the spray bottle to dispense a liquid concoction that would otherwise have glued the skin of his hands together. Basically, what I'm curious about is whether it can hold acid. If it's made of a thing that could hold acid, if we can find a way to put some acid in there, I could see that being really valuable. So this is 9 penetration, 1d10. It is better than... Man, that's a really good sword. Give me that. This character's pretty strong, I think. Alright, let's just follow the road all the way around town. We're gonna walk the long way around the brambles. So I just don't trust my companions to take their own health into account. Oh god. Okay, we'll move back down to that screen, get back on the road over here. The hermit, yep. I was gonna say the hermit's absolutely going to hurl herself onto those brambles as soon as we move. Okay, what do we have here? All sorts of armor. Hey, I love some sorts of armor. Maybe we'll have those. Tongs clip beneath his soot-seared apron and the barrel of his chest. He clasps a swivel knife and hammer for working leather and metal. Hey, we've seen that description before. This is not our first armorer. Some bronze ingots, some... no armor that's anywhere near as good as the stuff we're already wearing, I think. It's possible that our gear is actually quite strong. Stylish cloaks. Then again, it's also possible that while this is a cool area with lots of shops, it's like the early game shop area, because you do find out about the 6-day stilt in the starting town. So the fact that there's nothing here that is new or fascinating doesn't necessarily mean that the stuff we're wearing now is great. Okay. He does have a scarlet shawl. We look pretty cool in that, I think. Wandering town guards? What is going on here? Implanted Knight Templar and Mechanimist Convert. Oiled and brushed mail hang across her crooked spine and salient jaw. The color, too, was sucked out of her irises by her tangled lineage, and her wet, rosy lips catch the light and toss it back across a sharp sneer. She's puffed up in emulation of her peerage and the symbol of her sword. So she's wearing a bunch of gear made of fullerite, which we've not had a chance to really get a hold of anything like that yet. She is astrally tethered, and she's just, like, festooned with weird artifacts. Yo, hold up. Please don't run away. I want to talk to you. Praise our Argent Fathers, wisest of all beings. Yeah, do you want to trade me a thing? No, not really. Ooh, you do have a weird artifact. I would like to trade for your artifact, please. Would you like a bunch of garbage armor? Actually, you don't value this armor at all. And I can make some sense of that. It's not very good gear. The revolvers, though. We certainly don't need more than 2 revolvers. At most, 2 revolvers. Although we could break them down for gear. But if we were going to keep them, we would keep, like, the scoped one and the sturdy one, right? I don't know, man. 85. We do just have water. I don't have to make it all up in trade value. To be perfectly honest with you, we can probably afford to trade off the Flaming Iron Longsword. At this point, even if we got it turned on, I just can't imagine wanting to use a sword that deals 1d4 damage. I guess we might get in a situation where being able to apply fire would matter? Maybe. And I mean, this is probably going to be nothing, right? We're probably going to trade for this, and it's going to turn out to just be some dumb garbage. It's going to be another grenade we don't need. We could... An empty spray bottle is worth a huge amount of money for some reason. This would be less of a problem if we weren't so, ego-starved. Like, we have played characters who would be better at trading for stuff. For some reason, the camel bladder is more valuable than other types of liquid carrying containers. And then we could just give him 23 water, 23 drams of water. I don't know if I feel okay with that, to be perfectly honest with you. We could trade off one of these grenades and... Like, the phase conjugate fungicide grenade. What are the odds I'm ever going to need a phase conjugate grenade? Yeah, alright, let's do that. That's my offer. 3 drams of fresh water is fine. Let's see what that thing was. A thermal grenade. Okay. A way to apply fire. So wait, we were in here already. Let's check out the boot store. Boots here. That's a pretty good name for a boot store. What's your deal? You got boots. Well, alright, I suppose I could probably have guessed that. Over here we have a beetle rancher. No, wait. Walk away from the brambles. All you have to do is just follow me. What is that thing? It looks a little bit like a beholder. It's an arcwork. An asymmetrical jumble of girders and thin wire. An arcwork appears to be just another pile of rubble. Only when they spring to life, their countless limbs popping with thousands of electrical sparks, does their great danger present itself. Okay. He's cool, though. Will he talk to me? If I get close to him, is he going to freak out? Okay, he boops, and then he says, "Glory to Shekinah." He doesn't have anything fun, though. Alright, what about over here? Another armor store. What is that? Is that That is cloth overalls, okay. Let's trade. What do you have? You have a painted thingy. A scene from the life of Meduct III. In 4367, Meduct III, Peridot-born, the lustrous shade, the coral agate, the glittering wraith, died of natural causes. He was 151 years old. That's very impressive. Also, I guess he was made of a lot of different kinds of rocks. Or maybe he just really liked rocks? Maybe he spent a lot of time around rocks. Ooh, what does a pocketed vest give us? Plus 5% carry capacity? It's not just a vest with a pocket, it is lots of pockets. Does the sootiness of this smock... Nope, it does not confer any mechanical benefit. Okay. Guy's yelling about piety, compelling me to do stuff. If he knew me at all, he would know. I have never been compelled to do anything by piety. It reads bee juice. Careful you don't say that 2 more times. It's a real nightmare. Why would I want to carry around a portable beehive? Hold on, look. Bees crawl over the back-mounted slatted rack. A few more dart around nearby. So, Plus 200 reputation with flowers. You walk up near some flowers and they're like, ooh, I'm getting pollinated tonight. I guess it's just an infinite producer of honey. Which, you know, could be valuable. Honey's good. Honey's a useful thing to have. Man, am I about to try to buy a portable beehive? Is that the world that we live in today? I hate bees. $288 is not... That's a non-trivial amount of value for us to generate, though. Alright, you stay here. I might be back for that beehive. That actually might be a really good idea. Are my followers going to want me to be carrying around bees all the time? I wish I could allow you to test my wares in the shop, friend, but walk a parasang in any direction and you'll find a target. Okay, so he's got a weird artifact that is definitely a gun. He's got a desert rifle that has something engraved on it. Medoc II's life. On an expedition around Turashur, Medoc II was captured by bandits. He murdered their leader with a breastplate made of meta-metal, and was thenceforth known as Gauntlet Spinner. Wow. Just beat a guy to death with a breastplate? And you gotta be strong to do that. I guess if you hit him with the edge of it, it's more of a, like a thrusting motion, like a Well, we certainly learned something about Medoc today. So $285 for whatever that artifact was. One assumes it is a gun of some kind. It might even be an electro bow. What is this on this table over here? Is it a big blue slug? Nope, it's just a file rack and an alembic. You know, just alchemy supplies for this alchemist. He's got some stuff. He's got some salve injectors, which I wouldn't mind buying, but I don't really know what we're looking for even. I guess what I would really like is to find... what's going on over here? Why are these people running around on the brambles so much? What I'd really like to find is a resonance grenade. That's the thing that would be most exciting. Or any kind of resonance weapon. Alright, fortunately, we generally know what grenades look like. We're pretty good at identifying grenades. So the fact that neither of these is identified yet means that probably they're not a kind of grenade we've seen before. Which means that they're probably not a resonance grenade, right? But it could be the case that we only know what these look like because we are still holding these kinds of grenades. Maybe once we can no longer see a resonance grenade, we forget what it looks like because we have no object permanence like a cat. Makes me want to buy some grenades. You think we could just, like, quietly kill this guy and steal his grenades? That sounds like a dangerous plan, but who knows, maybe. We could certainly sell some of this stuff. I don't know if we need a normality gas grenade. Do you think we're going to run into a lot of hostile creatures from other dimensions? I don't know. Hey, live and drink, munitioner. I'll be back. Hold on. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll run across the town guard slaying somebody again. So here, what's this guy's deal? Just a pilgrim. This is like a hookah parlor. Water pipe and rest. Yeah, that guy's not selling anything. He's just hanging out and resting. Okay, well, you just, sorry to interrupt you. Keep at it. It's very important work you're doing there. This is the same deal? Water pipe and rest. Although over here, there is a giant scorpion. So that's a prickler. That is a scorpiock. Motes of salt fill the notches in its chitin, which form a record of every other scorpiock it's wrestled and garroted. Behind, its stinger coils in harmonic perfection. And he's a mechanist. He's been converted. Do you have, nope, okay. No information, no items. Can we talk to the prickler? We can. The plant gives no indication of understanding. It does have a book. It will not give me its book. So wait, this guy has some strange tubes. That's a thing we can break down. How would you like some steel arrows, my friend? Oh, I've run out of steel arrows to offer him. Also, a boom rose arrow. Oh, I have a bunch of these, turns out. Actually, one boom rose arrow is probably going to cover it, right? No. Wait, yes. I can't do math, apparently. It turns out the different number of decimal places, that's got meaning to it. You know what, I'll just do this. This is fine. This is just going to be something we can break down, but that's good. We need materials. It is a metal folding chair. We found a whole folding chair. I walked up to a guy who was hanging out at the water pipe. I was just like, hey, neat chair, you want this arrow for it? And he was like, yeah, bet. Give me that, I'll do that. Friendly Arcanaut, do you have any fun stuff you would like to trade me for a reasonable price? A small box, I wonder what that is. There's so many parts of me that are just like, we should kill them all and take all their stuff. My suspicion is that if I do that, the rest of the town will be not super cool with it. Sorry, what is this place? What are we looking at here? There's another water pipe and chill. Mint, smoke, and wine. Alright, well, hold on. Here we got another Arcanaut who has nothing of interest. You have a small rosy tube. So tubes could be injectors, or could be perhaps grenades, right? It's tough, man. I think our best chance of finding something useful is going to be buying the unidentified stuff from the grenade merchant. Cycle gland paste. Spark tick plasma, so like a whole lot of cooking ingredients. We don't really know how to cook yet, so that's kind of a distant concern. Yo, what's your deal? A glow white. Beneath the umbra of a stinking robe, flesh smears over the bones of a boy who surrenders his body to the metamorphic Newman. His claws are covered in blood. What's your deal, friend? Okay, he's got the canticles. Of course, he's carrying around his holy book. Everybody's real into the canticles around here. Shawls, mantles, and more over here. Sticky honey. Do you also have a beehive for sale? Yes, you do. This is slightly less than the other one was charging, right? Probably because it has less honey in it. But that's, you know, if it's going to just generate honey. Listen, I'm going to level with you. I don't know how bees work. I am not an apiarist. What do you need to give bees to keep them generating honey? Do they just need pollen from flowers? Is that it? Is it that simple? Boot and shoe. Gloves and mittens. We are unlikely to find gloves that we would like to wear more than the ones we have now, although I suppose we can continue to learn about the world. In 5935, Meduct II, Gauntlet Spinner, died of natural causes. He was 100 years old. If we could figure out where Meduct was buried, perhaps we could get some gauntlets from there. Maybe he made many gauntlets before he died, because we could certainly use some gauntlets. Particular types of gauntlets. In 5936 BR, Meduct II appointed a corrupt administrator as Minister of Kikesh. He mandated association with birds in Meduct II's name. Okay, and that doesn't tell us where Kikesh is. So I guess we really should talk to every merchant in case they have painted or engraved goods, so that we can learn what is happening here. What's that? A luminous horse room that has converted to the religion. And also, Evdegild Elimabeth, Knight Commander of the Holy Temple. Interesting. Let's go have a chat with her. She's hated by swine. She cooked all swine a rancid meal. It's incredible. Dear Captain of the Guard, hello, and would you like to help me? Your thirst is mine. I'm sure this will give us some love with the mechanimists, right? Yeah. Your reputation is now 100. We will also share a secret with them. Let's tell them the location of the Karashan Blockfold, which we only learned here, and you would think they might already know. Also, how about this thing about this corrupt administrator that I just learned? Okay, so we're up to 200 rep. We could get proselytized if we can just find one more person who will listen to our secrets. That might be a good idea. We've accumulated a bit of a following already. Guys, please, just walk around the brambles. What's wrong with you all? Terminus of this thing we bludgeon. That's probably around the moment that you bludgeon it. Wait. Wasn't there a drug or something that we encountered that could cause you to phase out of reality? Maybe we could... Is it Skulk? Was Skulk the thing I'm thinking of? Adds agility-based, darkness-based, or burrowing-based effects to meals. Could we learn to cook? Where are we at, skill point-wise? We could learn to cook, probably. That's in wayfaring? No, it's in cooking. You know, the cooking category. We certainly have the intelligence for cooking. So if we took cooking and gathering, we grabbed that, and it gave us the ability to phase out or to burrow or something. We just need a way through that wall. Alright, let's learn to cook. I've closed the thing to think about it, but I'm done thinking about it now. I want the ability to cook. I'm sure we were saving our skill points for something. Give me this. Yes. And then, now that we have meal prep, do we want to just take a bit of harvestry? We get inspired for 2 days. I do like being able to choose the effects. You know what? We're going to become a carbide chef. So when you gain a level, and 5% of the time when you explore a new map, there's certainly a lot of new maps left to explore. Alright, let's trade. I want your... So Shade Oil is the one that makes you like a thing of darkness, right? No, Shade Oil is phasing-based effects. Give me that, please. And then, what do the La Petals do? Fear-based effects. Okay, probably not relevant. What do pickles add? Water and thirst-based effects. Okay, that's... There's an easy joke in there somewhere. I'm not going to bother finding it. We could, I suppose, trade off our Yonder Cane, but maybe it's grenade time. We probably don't need all of these grenades. So... The Sower Seeds seem like bad explosives. And they are explosives. We don't actually have that many raw explosive grenades. But I think I'm fine selling these. And then we could like sell our old sword. I think this is what we're doing. Okay, so now we have some things we could use to try to phase through or maybe burrow through the wall. I don't know, burrowing effects against a wall that's made of polished chrome might not be effective. I think we should be prepared for that possibility. But at least we have some kind of hope now. Some idea that might be useful. What is your deal? Nothing. You have no deal. Alright, and then we're back here. Hold on a second. I'm kind of curious. If we veer off the road a little bit, there are a lot of people standing near the bottom part of that screen. Nope, if you veer off the road, you're just out in the desert immediately. Okay. It's the only thing I think that we might want to... What are you? Hyakukyan Hunter and pariah to his people. A lithe, brown-skinned man wearing only a loincloth. Listen, buddy. I hear that you're not super popular with your people, but do I have good news for you? I am not allowed to offer him water. That's a shame. It's the only thing I think really that we might want to still do, the only thing I think we might want to still buy is the unidentified grenades in this shop. Do I think we could put together this money? If we wanted to buy them both, 142 drams. We do have a fair amount of water. We could make some of that with just water. our stun rod with the chem cell in it is worth an awful lot, and I'm feeling less and less likely that I'm going to actually use this. We can probably afford to sell that. I know that we could pull the chem cell out and disassemble stuff, and hold on, let's pull the chem cell out and see what that does to the value. I'm wondering if the chem cell is adding to the value of that at all, or if by trading it off with something inside of it, I would just be wasting that thing. Let's place the cell, remove the cell. Okay. Yeah, okay, he was going to be paying us for the cell as well. Well, energy cells are worth quite a bit. And we probably don't need to even keep 2 of our chem cells. Okay, we'll sell him the cell, we'll sell him the rod, we'll sell him our extra rifle. That covers a fair amount of it. Keep a pair of revolvers in case I decide I need to be on dual revolver mode. Right, dual-wielding revolvers is a thing that might come up. I guess, hold on. I don't have a spare rifle anymore, that's right. I'm wielding an electro bow. So this rifle is my only rifle. Which makes me a little bit leery of selling it. Just because, you know, what if we run into a situation where the bow gets EMP'd or something? I guess we could just sell off the extra revolvers. Yeah, we're kind of a two-handed weapon guy, right? And this is a lot of trade value. And then we could probably stand apart with some of these grenades. I like having a big, like, toolbox of weird things we can hurl at people, though. We could sell another chem cell. I'm trying to hold on to this missile. We sell another chem cell, so we have a high-capacity chem cell, and then we still have our 2 fidget cells. Oh, plus we have the cells that are in the recoiler. Yeah, I think it's fine to sell off 1 more of those. And then let's, like, sell the lower-level stun gas grenade. We probably don't need this poison gas grenade. We still have sleep gas, we still have a way of starting a fire at a distance if we want to. We could sell some of our water carriers, but they're not really worth anything. Definitely don't want to sell my recoiler. Man, why has grenades got to be so expensive? Kind of want to hold on to the normality gas grenade. I just, like, we probably won't ever need it, but if we run into a terrifying thing from another dimension, it feels like the situation where this would be useful is very unlikely, but if we run into that situation, we're really going to want to have it. So I think I'm going to hold on to it. Stun gas and thermal grenades, and yeah. Alright, I'll sell 1 of the spray bottles. And then we'll give him 30 drams of water. I think I'm okay with that. Possible that these grenades are both going to totally suck. A resonance grenade, I feel pretty good about that, actually. And a fungicide Mark II. Okay, we got a resonance grenade. I think we're cool to get out of here. So, is that the new location that we've discovered over here? Bey Lah? Oh, right, Bey Lah. I totally forgot about that. This is what I was thinking, the Karashan blockfold. Nestled in the crumbling shale and deep within an earth cleft, here stretches the ancient quarter where the Eaters, sanctified blocks of ice. Interesting. Let's go to Bey Lah, because we said we would. We'll worry about the blockfold later. We'll go to Bey Lah, and then we'll go back to the entrance to Golgotha. Wow, remarkably uneventful trip. Oh, sorry, trying to zoom in. Let's go to Bey Lah. You can tell I'm feeling more confident that we'll be able to survive in places. Now, we are strangers, and they don't generally like strangers here, but also we're very powerful. So these are Fondren, children of the Hindran people. Okay, the children at least are friendly. Here we have some people who are maybe more adult, just normal villagers, and they're fine with us. Ungohind. Here stands a slight figure in a tailored vest, wire-rimmed lenses propped in front of curious blue eyes. Like all the other Fondren, this fawn on the cusp of manhood exudes a powerful curiosity. Unlike the other Fondren, his curiosity is tempered by poise and honed to a dagger's point by discipline. His brilliance is wasted here. Well, I can offer him a different life. Something strange is afoot here in Bey Lah, and make no mistake, but I am forbidden from investigating. If only there were another detective that I could advise. Yes, if only. Sadly, I'm not allowed to ask him any questions for some reason. What about this guy below him? Kendrin! Tell us a story of the world outside when Grando is not listening. You have nothing to trade. Okay, we should probably talk to their Grando. This is just some scout. I should probably figure out what the rules of their society are, right? Also, these colored bits, these are flowers? It doesn't say, but I'm assuming they're bits of flowers. So let's try not to walk in the flower patches too much. Are you, blue person, someone important? Oh, they're Warden. All lithe muscle and attentive vigilance, Nilahinde becomes her occupation as the Warden of Bey Lah. She wears an adapted suit of plate armor, its folds draping over her strong flanks. But her brown eyes betray another truth. Inside the body of this stout warrior hides an anxious and fearful Fondren. Well, she figured out a good racket. Get to be warden of your home. Appearing dazed. It can't be true. Ask, would you really? Nobody will talk to me. I just wanna chat. What's your deal? Are you a farmer? Hindran villager who, clutching the haft of a vine reaper. So they're a moisture farmer, a Hindran moisture farmer. Okay, over here we have some people with some coloration. Oh, how did they get relocked? Hindriarch Ke. Though time has wizened and weakened the Elder of Bey Lah, still her gaze and voice are as strong as any Hindran in the Hidden Village. Stronger, in truth, for hers is the final word on any matter pertaining to her people. In the name of tradition, she is Hindriarch. On the lips of her children, she is Grando. To all the villagers of Bey Lah, she is law. She is the one we need to speak to. Is this your guard, or what's going on here? Muscle and hide, a face fixed in an unthinking glare and a weapon upon his hip. His face fur aligns itself along the edges of his square-jawed scowl. You might feel guilty for thinking this Hindran a rank thug, were he not so clearly enamored of that role. Hey, listen, somebody's gotta be a thug. Live and drink, Kendrin. I am Hindriarch Ke. Welcome to Bey Lah. It's nearly unprecedented for one such as you to pass by our scouts unaccosted, but these are unprecedented circumstances. I have a task for you. Are you interested? Yeah, absolutely. Also, scouts? I didn't even see any. I just kind of wandered in here drunkenly. Good. We Hindran are a close-knit and staid people, and our safety depends on our solidarity. In order to preserve our safety and culture, we ask that any of our number who leave us never come back. Recently, one such exile took the treasure of our village, a bracelet named Kindrish, with her when she left. None of our number can leave to get it back, or it will be a violation of the values that I have guarded, and the Hindriarchs before me, for countless generations. Will you help us recover our treasure? We have a small cache of valuables we can offer as a reward. Yeah, I'll do it. That doesn't really seem like a good way of organizing a society, if you don't mind my saying. Excellent. I will do my best to reward you to your satisfaction. Though her name is sand in my mouth now, the exile who stole Kindrish is named Eskind. She left a few weeks ago and took her sister and brother with her. I don't know where she's gone, but Warden Nilahinde might, as they were close friends as children. Find Eskind and retrieve Kindrish from her, even if the cost is the life of her and her siblings. Kindrish has been handed down over countless generations, and it belongs to my people, not any individual. Go, Kendrin. Speak to Warden Nilahinde, and find out where Eskind is hidden. Okay, that seems like a thing we could do. I don't really want to commit murder over a bracelet. I mean, I've committed murder over literally nothing. I'm not saying that I need a reason to commit murder, but I am saying there are some reasons for which I will not commit murder. Just looking around. They keep their dwellings very small. There's these weird little, spiraling, these shared walls are really interesting. It's kind of like an apartment building. It's like a weird little apartment building. Alright, Warden. Warden Nilahind, you doing all right here? I guess we know what she's dazed about now. Ah, yes. My apologies, Kendrin. Live and drink. I am Nilahind, Warden of Bey Lah. How may I help you? Well, Hindrik Ke told me that you were friends with Eskind. We were, yes. We were close. I can scarcely believe that she would be capable of doing such a thing. Stealing our greatest treasure? Eskind wouldn't possibly. But if Grandos says it, it must be so. That's interesting. Is it possible that the Hindriarch is lying? No, what? No, that's not possible. What an absurd idea. Well, wait, why not? Oh, Grando speaks only truth. Grando only ever speaks truth. It's not possible. She didn't lie. Well, but anyone can lie. No, it's not true, and I won't hear any more of your poisonous ideas, Kendrin. Consider the topic closed. Do you actually have a question? Yeah, okay, that's a reaction. Do you know where Eskind and her siblings might have gone? Oh, Esk and I, we had a place. There's a path to the west that leads to the remains of a lightning-struck tree, made hollow by the fire from above. She and I would spend time there back then. Perhaps she is there now, but I don't dare check. Okay, well then I guess I will go check for you. Alright, follow the path west. Got it. That's just leather scraps laying on the ground. I assume I should not pick those up. Isahind. It is not merely the icy vapor trails from this Hindran's hands that make her stand out, nor is it her fierce eyebrows or dark shoulder-length hair, her open arms or foreign-made tunic. Most striking about this Hindran trader is the fact that she directs a friendly smile at everyone, even an intruding outsider. I don't like to describe myself as intruding, I'm visiting. Oh, a real-live Kendrin here in our village. Live and drink, lovely friend. If you'd care to trade, I have a modest amount of local goods I can offer. Well, let's see what you mean by that. Wow, what is an herberry? Why is this so expensive? Philosophers like to distill things into their essences. When a pedagogue walks his students through a vineyard, he points to the rustling leaves, the crushed grass, the empty sky, and he asks the student what is essential about each of them. Unbeknownst to both teacher and student, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the world, such an essential berry grows. I don't What? What do you think you just related to me? That this berry is the... I mean, it worked. I want to buy it. They got me. I kind of want to buy it and eat it and see what happens. We do not have enough trade value for this. We found a bloody arrow on the ground. We found some big weird flowers. A La bloom. Oh. So we know that La petals create fear-based effects when they're used in food. I assume these flowers are scary. Insects buzz in a hungry crowd around the meaty yellow-brown petals of this growing flower stalk. The plant twitches when touched. Is it dreaming of a way to lash out at the creatures around it? Seems like it might be. What is this tile? Oh, that's a bridge. Okay. What is this? A bloody patch of fur. I'm just going to leave that right where it is. So a path to the west to a tree that looks like it was struck by lightning. I mean, I wonder... That's just a normal tree, right? It is yellow, but we've seen those yellow trees before. Hold on. If I zoom out here... Okay. I have not been given another marker on our map. But we're not supposed to go to like a whole other tile. Let's just zoom back in here. She did say west, right? I guess we can go ask real quick. Yep, follow the road west. Okay. Let's go find out. I mean, we're probably prepared to kill. I don't really want to, though, if we can avoid it. Speaking of, how are my cells doing? The cell in my stimulators is drained, so we may as well pull it. And this buckler gets removed for it. Wait, can I not? Oh, I took off the ulnar stimulators. I didn't pull the cell out of them, sorry. Replace cell, remove it. Equip the cell here, let it charge up. We can slap it back in the stimulators if we get into trouble where we think we might suddenly need more stat points, but for the moment it can just stay this way. Okay, well, the path... I guess there's still road... No, it's all kind of flowers. It all looks the same, man. What is that? Bey Lah. Standing taller than a snapjaw and 3 times as wide, the blossom of the Bey Lah resembles a bundle of freshly severed saltback tongues. Its bouquet can only be described as sweaty animal, and its flabby leaves stand poised and ready to bludgeon anyone who dares to get close. Several thorny rhizome pods pulse near its base, like a clutch of eager children. And it's rated as, being roughly as tough as we are, which is terrifying. We're just gonna shoot it from a safe distance. Boy, it is, emitting pods at us. It's badly wounded. It is still alive, though. Oh, also, there's a bear here. Bear feeling pretty hostile. Raycat feeling pretty normal. I mean, a bear's not that dangerous to me. I'm gonna shoot this bear real quick. Give him the old 1-2. The bear caught fire, because I think my friend Baboon here likes to start fires with his brain. You guys sure that's a good idea? Okay, we killed the tumbling pods. This is yellow now. So I guess we killed the Bey Lah. We got reasonable XP for that. I guess this is still path here. A little bit of the old confusion. I'm assuming that irritable tortoise would be a problem for us, because not even penetrating his armor a lot of the time. Is this bat cool? Are we fine, bat? Okay. Right, I don't have butchery, so we can't necessarily make meat. I think we're still following the path. It's not really worth it for us to get involved in wild animal nonsense. The animals are not worth enough XP anymore. I hope we haven't walked past it already. I also should try not to walk next to the Lah blooms, because they seem to be bad news. A skunk is making a terrible stink right on the road in front of me. It is fine with us, though. It doesn't care about me. Also, is this just putrescence? Just liquid putrescence laying on the ground. We'll just go around the cloud. You swell with inspiration to cook a mouth-watering meal. Okay, we'll do that then. I'm so inspired. And I guess I am hungry. Okay, so let's do that. Let's make camp. We will cook. We will preserve our fresh foods. No reason not to, right? And then we will choose ingredients to cook with. So let's not use any of the shade oil or the skulk, but like, how about star apple jam and vine wafer and some salt from the water skin? How about just salty jam? Star apple jam, a water skin, and a sprinkle of dogthorn. The meal gives plus 10% hit points. You let inspiration guide you to a mouth-watering dish, plus 8 to 12 to saves versus bleeding. Huh. Okay. Octobusar's fruit brine loaf. Well, that's fun. Oh, what is happening here? What is that thing? It looks like a big brown ghost. A mimic. This awful chimeric beast is known to take any number of forms to fool its prey, though no one knows whether it truly assumes those forms or merely tricks the minds of its quarries into believing it so. It is very tough and hostile, but our brainy friend... I have no idea, by the way, who's doing the confusion and fire powers. Whichever of our friends is the brainy one has started this combat off right. So it looks like it doesn't have very good armor value. We're getting lots and lots of penetration. Yeah, and it's still kind of freaking out. We do so much damage. That was a lot of XP. An electro bow is a fine weapon, and also our followers are incredibly useful. This is a really good run. This character's really developed well. I didn't press the fire button before confirming that I should shoot. So we're still really far away from another level up. Skill points are getting harder and harder to come by. That is a hostile chameleon. You know what? It's just a chameleon. You guys got this, right? I'm going to save ammo. We're still following the road. I didn't really think it was going to take this long. I wonder if we've passed it. Maybe I missed the thing we were supposed to be finding. Let's veer off a second here. Is this... What is around here? I think our followers are just fighting random wildlife for us, which I appreciate. Earn me that XP without me having to devote my attention to it. How's our cell doing? It's got some power in it. Okay. I'm just gonna let them fight this tortoise real quick. I'll just stand here and watch. Okay, 62 XP. Handy. And I swell with... Okay. Well, we should probably use our inspiration. Got some witchwood bark. He doesn't really have anything else of interest, but I guess we have a ton of carry weight available to us. Yeah, we must have gone too far, right? Oh, right. I'm just grabbing stuff. That's right. Sorry. Until we get close to our carry limit, we should just grab everything. I'm going to actually shoot at the salt hopper. Salt hoppers are dangerous enough, I think, to be worth me spending my effort on. And that's really all it is. It's not like I'm spending ammunition or anything. We haven't really seen a thing that I would describe as, like, obviously a hollowed out tree, though. So that makes me think we should keep going. Oh, we found a weird artifact on the ground. A flaming iron mace. Hey, that'll probably sell pretty well. And I guess we may as well cook, right? I'm assuming you can't have more than one cooking... I'm assuming you can't have more than one cooking effect on you at a time. So this will just replace what we had before, but I do want to learn more ingredients, right? Star apple jam, some vine wafer sheep, and a cadmium boar tooth that we found on the ground. Inspiration guides you. Whenever you drink fresh water, there's a chance you stop bleeding, plus... Wow, this one seems good. Plus natural healing rate and minus thirst. Or whenever you use a salve, you don't thirst for 12 hours. Oh, that's interesting too. I think I want this one. Octarbasars, star apples with vine wafers. Neat. That seems like a really good one. At some point, this road's going to come to an end, right? I guess I don't really know how they're generated. It might be the case that the world will run the road until we find another, what do you call it? Until we find another settlement of some kind. Just like it tries to build things in a way that sort of makes sense. Ooh. Bloodstained neck ring. I mean, I probably don't actually want to equip it. And we do just fine with baboons anyway, right? It's rated as a trade good. Okay. So our guys started a fire over here. You know, just one of those living fires that they're always starting. I do think it's strange that we run into, oh, that's feral law. That's going to be a problem. Oh, no, wait, actually, I think it's normal law that's just bloody. Because the feral law had a different icon, right? Oh, hey. I think we found her. I mean, that's certainly one of them near a fire. Yep, and siblings. Okay. Brace yourselves, everybody. This could get ugly. So, Meahind. This lanky hindran's thin frame seems even thinner, wrapped as it is in elastine and wilting in an unassuming hunch. Still, her bright emerald eyes take in her surroundings with more insight than anxiety, and her fingers flicker a complex rhythm in the air as she stands idle. Her lightly furred face moves little, even as she speaks. Below her, I'm assuming this is Esk, yep. The proud stance of this Hindran and the fire in her eyes immediately set her apart from her Servidian kinfolk. Those sharp green eyes peer out over the white-flecked reddish fur of her cheeks, and her split philtrum is the only deviation from the meticulously neutral straight lines of her lips. Save for the leather bracers on her arms, nothing she wears or wields is of Hindran make. Not the long-folded carbine blade in one hand, nor the emerald light dagger in the other. Not the scaly boots on all 4 feet, nor the chain hauberk draped over her chest. She has a folded carbide longsword, and she has... is that 2 revolvers? And she has a weird artifact which, Lord only knows, could be a grenade or something. She would not be an easy fight. She is average difficulty to us. And Leahart. She's so small as to appear to be Fondren, but a closer inspection... boy, I can't read today. A closer inspection reveals that this Hindran is a fully grown runt, tense like a coiled spring, but with a furtive gaze far more calculating than one expects from a child. She wears her hair in a pair of buns tied as tight as her nerves, and a leather apron wraps close over her torso. Her little hands, curled and twitching, are covered with the burns and cuts that mark her as an amateur tinker. Let's... oh, I pressed a button that did something. Maybe I tapped an auto-explore key or something. I definitely didn't mean to just run through this area like that. So this is a big hollowed-out tree that we're inside? Wow. Yeah. Look at this tree. We could lay down in this tree head to toe like 7 times. Let's have a chat with Leahart first, if we can. Leahart stares at you wary before speaking in clipped tones. Alright. She would sell us a weird artifact, which I might want to... I guess we have stuff, but it's probably not 114 value worth of stuff. I'm just thinking, if this is a grenade or a weapon of any kind, if we could trade it off of her before things potentially pop off here. I mean, I don't want to fight them. We just need the bracelet, right? Here, let's talk to the other one, too. We'll talk to Eskind last. Alright, she'd just as soon hold her peace. Alright. Hold there. Who are you? What do you want? Let's not just start with a fight. I am Octobasar. Hindriarch Keh sent me. Keh? I'm shocked that she even deigned to speak my name. I am a pariah now, beneath discussion. Hey, same! Does she demand remuneration for the scant supplies I stole? Well, she says that you stole Kindrish, the village's treasure. Eskind bursts into full-throated laughter. Is that her angle? To claim that I stole Kindrish? Her influence must be waning more than even I knew. Yeah, this is kind of what I was... This is what I gathered from the way the warden was talking, that Eskind did not, in fact, steal this thing. So what exactly are you saying here? And what do you imagine I am saying? The aging, ineffectual leader of a village in isolation, a system that strives to forget anyone who sees the outside, no matter how much its inhabitants strive for a better tomorrow. Bey Lah's isolationism provides ideal patsies for any crime the Hindriarch chooses to commit. So you think Keh stole the treasure? Aye, you Kendrin are just as thick as the elders. I'd hoped otherwise. Yes, I am suggesting that old Granddoe is trying to fool you, and the village as well. I'm not certain that she stole it herself, but an investigation might undermine her authority, and she cannot have that. Okay, so what should I do then? Well, the proof is in the petals, Kendrin. You want justice? Figure out the truth. If you find evidence, Warden Nilahind will support you. Speak to her. She is loyal to Granddoe, but more loyal to the truth. I will return to the village and we will sort this out. The Hindriarch will have to tolerate my presence until my name is cleared. Yeah, alright. I wonder if there's actually a difference between these two options, like mechanically speaking. The thing is, I believe Eskind because of the way the warden was talking. So I'm gonna say the first one here. I'm gonna let her believe I'm on her side. And then I guess we just go back to the village. Oh no, I've become lost. How did I become lost? All I had to do was walk straight to the east. Oh, a horse room. Oh, I got stunned. I don't even know what's happening right now. I haven't pressed anything in quite some time. I'm stunned for the turn. I've taken a ton of damage. Let's just take a second here. And Flaming Octobasar, it's you. So I pressed north several times, more than once certainly, but we got teleported a significant distance there, I think. So there's a bunch of trivial, hostile things. There's this guy who is a problem. A fire has started. Okay. We're at 7 health. So we have a salve injector. I am definitely concerned that I will die. So I'm on fire. Is there a way for me to put this out? I don't actually know. I could pour water on myself. I take 1 damage from the fire started by Mashwo. Hold on, let's take a second and look at our log here. So I don't know why I became stunned for a long time. It's obviously a thing we have to address immediately. But it looks like the fire's dealing a pretty small amount of damage per turn, so I think as long as we don't get hit by a new attack right now, I think the smartest move is probably to hit the salve injector, then put out the fire, then figure out the rest of it. If we die here, because I got caught by some kind of psychic enemy that can teleport us and then set me on fire, I'm going to be pretty bummed out. We have lots of grenades. I'm not afraid to use a grenade, but I really need to get my health back. Okay, salve injector applied. Then we don't have an ability that's going to get us out of this right away, right? Sorry, this isn't how I activate those. Nope, I died as soon as I healed for 13 hit points and then was killed instantly. What happened? Hold on, I don't even know what happened. Here we go. Final messages. Sunders your mind for 51 damage. What in the hell? Also, I'm kind of curious, like, what happened that had me stunned for so many turns in a row? Okay, we passed by some salt dunes. We got sundered for 42 damage. Then we got Sphinx Salt in. He Sphinx Salt injected himself, and then hit us for 15 damage with a stunning force that stunned us for several turns. It seems like we got that message that we were stunned for the turn like 4 times. And it looks like it hit OO as well. I'm really bummed out about this. We were making some, like, really interesting progress. Yeah, man, rough. I invented mouth-watering dishes. I had a cool magic bow. This is very disappointing. We did so many things. Okay. So this leaves us in an interesting position. It is still the case that the most advanced artifact in our possession was that missile. This leaves us in an interesting position. Also, the music could maybe take it down a notch here. I'm gonna... Hold on. Let's go back to the menu. Will that cause it to chill out? Nope. Music's still very excited. I don't really know what to do next. So here's what I'm thinking. I could keep doing this as I've been doing it, just starting a new character and playing the whole life of that character on screen. We're certainly not done yet, obviously, and we know how to make some progress here. But I wonder if people might prefer if I start new characters and do the early game part off camera, because it's probably going to bear some significant similarity. Like, right, we're going to start in our starting village, we're going to do the initial quests. Like, is there enough variance there that people are still enjoying watching all that stuff? Or would people prefer that I sort of fast forward the next character until the point where they're kind of caught up to where this character was when they died? Let me know in the comments what your feelings are, and come back next time, tomorrow, for the start of some kind of new adventure. And we'll see you then.